videos from all over the internet that's going to flip your perspective. Let's just start.
My sons are 27, 24, and 20, almost 21. But I'd give this advice to any young man. If you don't know what you want, leave her alone until you do. A relationship is built on trust, not tests. If you only respect women that you're attracted to, you don't respect women. If you're always the one holding it together, it's okay to let go. Never stop dating her, even after you've won her heart. A woman will leave long before she walks out physically. Pay close attention. You'll destroy her trust in you faster than you can ever rebuild it. So just don't do it. If you're barely taking care of yourself, don't you dare sign up to take care of someone else. Be the man you'd want your sister to end up with. And most importantly, you are enough. The right person will see that without you proving it. Hope that helps.
It does.
Women leave their husbands for the stupidest and dumbest reasons I have ever heard in my life. Very few times have I heard actually legit reasons for divorce. And I thought about the most common reason that I get for leaving the father of your children or their husband. And it is that these women outgrew him. The amount of women that I have met that casually destroyed their entire families because they outgrew their husbands is genuinely depressing. And what you typically get from the modern mothers that are coping and can't accept the fact that they actually made the wrong, most selfish decision that they have ever made in their life. Oh, let me just put my kid at every statistical disadvantage. Oh, let me only see both of my parents half the time in the month. Oh, let me make my kid more likely to run away from home, more likely to drop out of school, and more likely to be abused because of my feelings of outgrowing him. It's so funny. Women are so self-centered that they use every single cope to make their selfish decision not sound like a selfish decision. You know, it's funny. When women win the lottery, they tend to divorce their husbands. When men win the lottery, they tend to stay.
Hey.
What are you doing?
What are you doing here?
I don't. How do you know I'm here? I don't understand why you're here. What are you doing?
Well, no, first off, we're married.
AirTag.
You're not.
To catch
What do you
wife
think I'm doing
cheating.
here?
I don't know. Why won't you tell me
No,
where
I just
you're
want
at?
to know before I let you know what I'm doing. What do you think I'm doing here? What do you think I'm doing here?
Fuck if I know.
How do you know I'm here?
Because I put an AirTag in your purse.
Hang on a second.
Why do you even have to do
This is
that? If you
crazy.
don't
This
trust the
house
person,
is
just
Have
let
an
the person
AirTag in my
go.
pocket.
Yeah.
There's no
Where?
need.
Where is it?
Don't worry about it.
You have to be a firm
Don't worry
man.
about it.
This is my friend from work.
Yeah.
This is her house. Her and her husband went on a getaway tonight together, and there it is. Okay, I'm house sitting. Their son's here, and I'm watching the house for them. That's why I told you I'd be home tomorrow.
Why
Their
wouldn't
kids
you
in there
just
playing
tell
video
me?
games.
Why
I was trying to make extra money to get something for you for Christmas and not let you know where the
Well, how
extra
do I
money
know
was
you
coming
ain't
from.
over here?
I put all of our money goes into one account, so I tried to make some extra cash so you wouldn't see it, so I could do something to surprise
let
you.
me know before
I can't. How's it gonna be a surprise?
Well, I just need to know where my wife is. It's a little
I mean, I
late.
get that, but you need to trust me. I'm not cheating on you.
Well, who's here?
Nobody's here. It's me and their son. They're out of town. They went out for the night. They'll be back tomorrow at lunch.
Okay, so
You can come in.
okay, let's
Come on in.
I better
I
be able
can't
to come
believe
in.
you showed up like this and did not trust me.
Well, it's bullshit.
I'm trying to do something extra for you.
How true is this?
Hello, I'm a transgender woman from Nigeria, currently based in America. I have been transitioning for 18 years and I visit Nigeria twice a year. I had a gender reassignment surgery, and on my recent trip to Nigeria, I met a young man who lavished me with luxury. He introduced me to his parents and they all loved me. This man lives in the UK and wants to settle down with me. I am feeling guilty about whether I should tell him about my transition, but I'm also scared because I don't want to face judgment. Only my parents and my siblings know about my transition, and they've supported me every step of the way. I was previously married to a Nigerian man for 6 years, and he never knew I was transgender.
Really?
My family collected my bride price by telling our
Now we
village
have
that
to be
I was
careful.
the daughter my father had outside his marriage. That marriage eventually ended because I got tired of him and asked for a divorce, though he still wants me till this day. Now, the family of the man I'm currently engaged to
This is crazy.
is deeply in love with me. I honestly love this man. He's gentle, he's caring, and everything I dreamed of in a partner. I don't want to lose him. I even ended a relationship with a well-known Nigerian artist because of this man. He has suggested surrogacy because I told him I have difficulty getting pregnant, and he recently sent me contact of a Nigerian couple who used surrogates. What should I do? Should I tell him the truth? Yes. I don't even want to tell him the truth. You can't start a relationship on a lie. God damn it.
This is crazy.
We listen and we don't judge. I wanted a divorce because my husband was physically abusive, to the point that one time I even died. But when I told my dad, he said that if I divorced my husband, he would finish the job off himself. We listen and we don't judge. My entire life, I was told that divorce is a sin. So I stayed in an abusive marriage to please God. It was only 15 years in that I realised that it's actually not a sin. We listen and we don't judge. My husband was having an affair, so I told him that I wanted a divorce. The sheikh told me that if I'd better please my husband, he wouldn't have cheated on me. We listen and we don't judge. When I told my brother that I wanted a divorce, he told me that I should stick it out. But our elders managed to hold on to marriages, so I should too. He failed to remember that our mother had been physically abused by our father our entire lives, whilst we just watched. We listen and we don't judge. When I told my auntie that I wanted a divorce because my husband was emotionally abusing me, she laughed and said, well, at least he's not beating you. You should be grateful. We listen and we don't judge. My husband told me that if I divorced him, he would kill our children. Man. Because what's the point of them being alive if they're not going to have both parents together? We listen and we don't judge. Ever since my divorce, I've been banned from all family events. The elders think that my divorce is a disease and the other girls will catch it.
Easiest way to fuck up your life? Have a kid with the wrong woman. Worse, have a kid with a one-night stand. Somebody you don't even fucking know. To be fair to the women in the room, this massively is amplified for you because the carrying cost is usually greater for women than it is for men. So it applies both ways, which is why, by the way, in both nature and in humans, who generally is the more selective? Women, because they fully understand there is an inherent cost to them if the wrong person gets them pregnant. So in the interest of full disclosure, women have it way harder than men do there, but as a man, you want to fuck up your life, have a kid with the wrong person. As a woman, you want to fuck up your life, have a kid with the wrong person. Now, kids are always a blessing. If they come in here, they're dropping in for a purpose, so even if the circumstances are shitty, you can usually look back and think, well, maybe I don't like how this happened, but I absolutely love my children or my child. But just learn that, which means, and the reason I started with men is because who gets to make that decision on the front end? Men.
This is the parole hearing of a father who done unspeakable things to his biological daughter.
In July of 2017, after watching a movie late at night, the rest of my family was sleeping, and I happened to look over, and my daughter, which is my victim, was laying on the couch, and she was wearing short shorts, and I could see that her buttocks was showing through short shorts. And at that very moment, I stopped seeing her as my daughter, but as something I could use to gratify myself with.
He then goes on to describe the horrible things he did to her. This is the moment she spoke out at his parole hearing, begging the board to deny his parole.
Mike has affected me deeply, and no matter how much time passes or how much coping I do, his actions will forever be lasting on me. I was forced to witness things that some people go a whole lifetime without seeing, and forced to be victim to actions no daughter should ever receive from her father. Being forced to grow up and mature so quickly, I felt as if I was an adult in a child's body for far too many years, having to sacrifice my childhood to Michael.
The victim goes on to describe the trauma her father has put her through, but he is still granted parole.
All right, so Mr. Bruning, you heard our discussion, and we are going to grant your parole today.
Do you agree with the decision?
Signs that you're a walking green flag. Number one, you don't have a lot of friends. People who keep their inner circle tight are not only more authentic, but they're more confident because they don't feel like they need a lot of people around them to feel worthy.
True that.
Number two, you don't see ghosting as immature. And this is because your life is abundant and you're abundant, so you don't even really notice when people don't get back to you. And if you are dating someone and they fumble you and drop the ball, you literally are so grateful because you're not going to waste your time with someone who can't communicate directly. You see behavior as closure. You don't verbally need it. And number three, last but not least, you don't fear rejection anymore. In fact, you've upgraded to be the rejecter. Because you're not sitting around worrying about what other people think and feel, you're out there creating your dream life. And if the people around you aren't a match for your goals and ambitions, you just let them go. You hold the power and you decide who gets to be in your life. Let me know in the comments below if this is you.
Oh, hey, you never answered me about my car. Like, I have school tomorrow, so how do I get my car for tomorrow?
Well, your car is totaled.
It's what?
Your car is totaled.
Totaled?
Totaled, wrecked.
Okay, so how do I get it?
Don't drink and drive, fellas.
So, I don't go to school tomorrow, is what you're telling me?
No, ma'am. You want me to be honest with you? You're going to jail, you don't have a bond, you killed 2 people tonight. I don't think you understand that. You do not have a bond, you are not getting out of jail. Your car is property of East Peoria Police Department because it's a crime scene. It killed 2 people tonight. You are clueless with that, clearly. I've already explained this to you. You're going to jail for reckless homicide tonight. You're going to jail for aggravated DUI for killing 2 people. That's what's going on. So no, you're not going to school tomorrow. You're not getting your car out of impound.
Can I have a Tuesday week in my night class?
Did you just hear what I just told you?
You said I'm not going tomorrow. I'm talking about Tuesday.
Did you hear when I said that
said
you...
I'm going to jail tomorrow.
You're going to jail when we're down here?
Yes.
Did you understand what I told that you killed 2 people tonight?
Yeah, so I'm just wondering when I can go to school.
Okay, we're done. You're all on body camera being completely careless about killing 2 people tonight. You could care less. That's sad and pathetic and horrible.
I'm in Amsterdam with 2 friends that I've known for 10 years. On my birthday, I'm telling one of my girls, like, listen, you and him always break up and you always have to buy him something. Now he's emailing you saying, buy me tickets to Egypt. And I told her, like, listen, if you want to get back with him, but don't give him any more money. The next morning, they actually left. I had known these girls for 10 years. It's weird because when I called her and I was like, yo, where are y'all? And she was like, oh, we left. Derek loves me. And you're going to see that. I was like, okay, you know what? I don't want to travel with girls anymore. So all the stories that you hear about things happening on girls' trips, it's true.
You want to know what's so crazy? It kind of reminded me of this story where these girls, where they went to Mexico.
Shanquella Robinson.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that they actually.
Yeah, I saw that story. It blew up. It was
Rest in
everywhere.
peace, Shanquella. Girls started DMing me on Instagram like, oh my God, did you see this story about this girl named Shanquella? The same thing almost happened to you. And she was following you before she died. And I was like, what? So I go on Shanquella's page and sure enough, she's following me.
Wow.
People were reaching out to me saying they tried to slide on her pretty much like what they were doing to you. Like they tried to flake on her on the trip. She was following you. So I'm like, oh my gosh, Shanquella was following me at the time of her death. Was she trying to get out of there? Like, you know, it's just weird. Rest in peace.
Are you single?
I am, but when I do say single, it's because I'm not married.
So you're seeing someone?
I am.
So then you're not single, you're in a relationship?
I'm definitely in a relationship.
So why would you say you're single?
Because when you sign a job application, there isn't a section that says girlfriend, boyfriend. It's either single, widowed, cohabiting, or just blank. So you sign where it's applicable.
Are you still searching?
Nope. I'm happy with who I'm talking to and with right now.
If your boyfriend was here right now and someone asked you if you're single or dating and you said you were single, how do you think he will feel?
No, I would say I was dating. That's what I would say. I would say I was dating.
They really thought you were going to run after them and chase them because you were going to need their help. They were betting that within a week of leaving them, you were going to blow up their phone and ask them for their help and beg them to come back into your life and that you're sorry that you left them. But it's been a very long time. You never called them, you never emailed them, you never texted them, you never asked about them, and you never will. You never will. See, you brought this person out of the gutter when you first met them. They were in the gutter. You put clothes on them, you fed them, you taught them things their family never did, their schools never did. You showed them how to think outside of the box. You taught them what a personality is because they stole a lot of it from you, right? You showed them what was possible. You enlightened this person. But because they played a minor supportive role in your life, right, where you're the main character, because they did a couple of remedial tasks for you, they thought you couldn't function without their assistance. This person is like this. If they were to get hired to clean the White House on a daily basis.
Can we have a dead ass for real talk right now, ladies? There are a lot of us that ain't never gonna have no man and ain't never gonna be married. When women object to polygamy and have a problem with it, my question is always why? You know, who has conditioned you to have an issue with that? It's the way of your ancestors. The purpose was so that every woman had a husband, so that every child had a father, so that no woman was responsible for running an entire household on her own. Women involuntarily practice polygamy every day, B. It's women out here where they know that they man have another woman. That's polygamy. You know, you got to pay attention to nature. There's a reason why there are many married men that struggle every day to remain with one woman, because it's going against, you know, it's going against what's technically natural to him. To have more than one wife, what's technically embedded in his DNA. There's a reason why a woman can only be pregnant by one man at a time, but a man can have multiple women pregnant at one time. So my thing is, as opposed to just having baby daddies and baby mamas, why not just keep it real and, you know, be adults and all work together and as women be taken care of? We've been conditioned to be against something that we shouldn't be.
Imagine accidentally knocking on the wrong door and then being murdered because of it. Well, that's what happened to 56-year-old Maria Cotto after visiting a client at an apartment building in Westchester. Maria was a caseworker for the county's Department of Social Services and was conducting home visits when she accidentally knocked on 31-year-old Hasim Jekin's front door. When he answered the door, instead of directing Maria to the correct apartment, he punched her in the face. Maria tried running from him, but he chased her into a neighbor's apartment and he continued to kick her in the head with a pair of heavy boots. Somehow, while this was all going on, she managed to call 911, but when police arrived, Hasim claimed that Maria tried to stab him and that's why he beat her. But that never happened. She only knocked on his door because she thought that was her client's home. This poor lady suffered severe brain bleeding, brain swelling, and multiple facial fractures. She was placed on a ventilator, but unfortunately, she passed away a month later. When Hasim was arrested, Maria's phone was found in his pocket, and now he's facing a long list of charges, including second-degree murder. And something her family said, which is so sad, is that this all happened the year before Maria planned to retire.
TikTokers serving prison time in 2024. Mahek Bukhari, a TikTok influencer with over 120,000 followers, became involved in a deadly scheme after her mother, Ansreen Bukhari, revealed a troubling situation. Ansreen's ex-lover, Saqib Hussain, was blackmailing her, threatening to expose their affair to her husband unless he was paid. In February 2022, Mahek and Ansreen arranged to meet Hussain to pay him, but it was a setup. Hussain and his friend, Hashim Ijazuddin, were pursued by two cars in a high-speed chase, leading to a fatal crash. During the chase, Hussain made a 911 call, identifying the vehicles involved. In 2023, Mahek and others were charged. She was sentenced to life, eligible for parole after 31 years. Ansreen received life, eligible after 26 years.
Crazy. And we've come to the end of the video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and also share with your friends, and also click on the notification bell icon so that any video that I post, you will be the first to get it. Adios amigos, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye.